Hi, it's Friday the 13th, 2020, and it's an amazing new way of being on planet Earth right now, which is bringing a lot of things to our awareness. I've been meaning to make a video about this Wavespell of Blue Eagle, which is the planetary server, the 15th mind sign, and the planet is Jupiter. And like I say, I've been meaning to make one for a few days, but I have been inundated with lots of things happening in my personal life in a really good way, and also in a not so good way, where I've got low hemoglobin at the moment. So this is a thing I've had for a very long time that happens to me off and on. And so it just means basically that I'm not absorbing iron in the way that I need to, which means I'm having to take iron supplements at the moment and rest quite a lot. So yeah, just getting used to that, resting and being with what is. So lots of restrictions with this at the moment on the planet and around the virus that is changing the way that we do everyday life right now. And so this is really key to looking at what this allows to happen. This is what I always look at. I always ask this question, what does it allow to happen? So today, in terms of the Mayan calendar, I'm going to show you where we are. So there's lots of things happening in this Blue Eagle Wavespell, which is the last blue 13-day process in the whole 260-day cycle. So we're in the green castle and we're here. There's my blue tack. And today we are on yellow planetary seed day. So we're actually seeing the manifestation of the last 12 days, sorry, the last 11 days, and because we're on day 10. So we're actually seeing where we are as a planetary server. And so really key as to what we're doing today. What's the outcome? Yellow seed is the fourth Mayan sign. It's the structure sign as the fourth. So it's self-existing. It's all about self-existing. And again, this is what's really coming up at the moment, is how interdependent we are on each other on the planet. Look at everything that's happening, the ripple effect, and what are the consequences going to be? What new learning are we going to have? What do we need to master? Because yellow seed's planet is Jupiter. So Jupiter on the planet is in Capricorn at the moment, so mastery of discipline and the patriarchy, the patriarchal structures, which are now undergoing a huge revamp. I've just been having a look at my own personal chart for this 13-day process, which is my son's Mayan process. He's a Blue Eagle, and my life changed radically when I had him. And a lot of the issues that are coming up now around vaccines, etc., that really came to the forefront in my life then. And again, I'm revisiting that now. And so yeah, really key stuff. And this is really is the key to looking at what's coming around again and seeing where these things have happened in the past and what are we learning now, what is going to really radically change how we do community, because we've got Saturn going into Aquarius at the spring equinox and for a brief while, and then it'll go back into Capricorn again. So we're seeing this individuation process. We're seeing how we need to let go of codependent patterns, and so that we can go into this new stage where we understand that we don't need to sacrifice ourselves for anyone else, first and foremost. That is old code. So that we are all equal, we are all respectful, and we're all mindful of each other, and that we're moving towards healthier practices, because of course in this 13-day process we've also had the full moon in Virgo, which was a supermoon. People of my generation, I'm 54, and so this is really key for this generation, which has come to turn everything on its head, basically, because we've got Uranus and Pluto in Virgo. And so for many of you, this supermoon in Virgo will have really tagged that, will have energetically swiped that energy now as to looking at what structures we have on the earth, and in this time of this pandemic, what are we doing to address all of the issues that are coming up for us, and especially around the people who are in authority, who make the decisions as well, who we have placed in power to represent us in this arena. So all of this is really, really key learning, and a lot of it is really highlighting what we're afraid of. So on a metaphysical level, flu is about mass negativity. And again, a lot of people might not have this belief system in place, might struggle with that. In many cultures, it's a belief system that's been around for thousands of years and is well documented and well used. So in terms of energy, in terms of chi, in terms of mind, body and spirit, holistic approach, what this is about is how we are afraid. Anything to do in the heart area, in the chest area, is about not feeling loved, not feeling supported, not feeling safe. And again, all of this originates back from when we were children and follows on our ancestral patterning in our tribe. The last time we had a pandemic in the UK, I've just been having a research just now, was in the winter of 1969. And I know I just started school then. And I remember my mum being really ill. She collapsed at school. And so again, Google, do your research, have a look at what's going on and what this is matching from the past, and in particular what it's matching from your past, and be really self-empowered now to look at what issues, key issues this is bringing up for you. It could be you're affected at work, so that you may have to stop working, you may have to stop going into key places, your support systems may be compromised, so you might not have your regular group meetings, you might not be able to travel, you may have people who are ill and how that makes you feel, and you yourself may be worried about your state of health, or you may be ill. So please do check out Emotional Freedom Technique and do the process for yourself now to get clear of your fear as much as you can. And so again, matching in with the astrology at the moment, the supermoon in Virgo was all about health, is all about health and being disciplined. And I've been talking about this for quite a long time now in my blogs and on my videos. I never in my wildest dreams, nightmares, thought that this was going to happen in this way. But on the other hand, I have seen things coming into mainstream for a while now, which again, it's reading the signs, interpreting things, knowing that things that are happening today, how are they going to manifest on the planet in days, weeks, months, years. The signs are always there. So we've had lots of key things happening around films about this. We've had games out there about this. And so again, it's remembering that using the Mayan framework, using the Wavespell, it's a guide for being the conscious dreamer and really getting in touch, getting back into alignment with key cycles. Today we've got the sun in Pisces and we've got the moon in Scorpio, so deep water energy. So I'm just going to read you the degree at the moment in Glastonbury, UK, is at Scorpio at 15 degrees. This is waning energy now, so it's what we need to let go of. And the more that you understand about these cosmic frameworks, you understand that this is happening for a reason. This is happening for human evolution. Often it is really painful. It is something that we have to go through to come out the other side and learn from it, because the culture that we have been in for a very long time is not in alignment with natural cycles or around what's healthy for the human being. And unfortunately, the amygdala is wired to get its emotional needs fixed. This is so key that people understand this. It's not logical, it's not healthy. So we've grown up in so many different environments that aren't healthy, that are a toxic relationship for the human being. And there's a part of us that is in denial of that. There's a child part of us that wants to keep doing things that aren't healthy for us. And quite simply, if we do things that are harmful, we get sick. So it really is that simple. It's time to educate ourselves about what is poisonous on every level in human being relationship with other people, the environment, the food that we put into ourselves, and time to stop doing anything that is going to create a poisonous environment in our body. So a lot of things that we enjoy doing as human beings, that we've been educated into, that we have been brainwashed, if you like, and you know, that's the truth of it. We've been sold a human being dream, and again, this 13-day process holds the gateway of the conscious dreamer. It was yesterday. So whatever you were doing yesterday around what felt dreamlike for you in terms of a great way or in terms of not feeling good at all, these experiences hold the key to set us free by making conscious choices to walk away from toxic relationship on every level and start creating healthy ways of being now. And I know it's not easy to do. It's often not clear about just what is healthy either. It can be very confusing. We are supported in this. There's plenty of teammates out there. We're all in this together. This is the Saturn in Aquarius that we're going into. So it really is coming together to help everyone who has their own unique process and their own unique answers as well. The more we get clear, we clear our amygdala of past trauma and past disinformation, misinformation, whatever you want to call it, then we start to remember who we really are. And as human beings, we have an innate ability to know what is healthy for us, that we've inherited from our ancestors. So once we start to really get clear of the ancestral wounding, we can really start to align and remember the great wisdom that our ancestors have, that we have within our DNA. So Scorpio at 15 degrees. Scorpio is very much a death and rebirth energy. It's about intimacy. It's about truth. You can't have intimacy if you don't have truth. If you can't trust somebody, you cannot truly connect them and feel safe in their company. And this is a huge vibration that we're working through on the planet, this thread of mistrust, being treated abusively. And where this usually starts for most people is within their family, within their caretaking group, when we were children. So in one respect, all you've got to focus on is when you were a child, what happened to you that didn't feel good, that felt unsafe. Bring that to conscious awareness as and when you're ready to. And what felt really good, that's healthy, that you want to expand on, and start doing it. So move away from anything where you feel fearful. No matter what it is, it's time to start making those small steps. This again is Virgo energy, into the life, the dream that you want. Because if you don't start today doing that, moving in the right direction, taking the small steps, then how are you ever going to get anywhere else? You cannot be doing something today that is the direct opposite of what your heart's desire is, what your dream is, and believe that it's going to take you to your dream, because it is absolutely impossible that it will do that. And so again, just start to make the shift, start to move towards what is healthy for you, what creates joy for you, and start to let go of what is no longer serving you. And we all know what that is. And our ego might say, oh yes, but you've got to carry on doing it, you know, because you've got to earn a wage, keep a roof over your head, blah, 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 blah. And all of that is true. It's making the small steps every day to move yourself into a different position. Scorpio 15, a woman with a gold tooth, an extraordinary gift, very abusable and utterly redemptive. You invent, conceive, bring into being whatever you hope for and whatever you dread. Usually the dreads come up more first and dominate for a while. In this cycle, you scare up the world's most extreme melodramas, each one of them marked no way out, no way through. Can't believe this. I haven't read this before, and so yes, blow me away. Okay, if you should outlast your dread demons, and you shall, you will find in a very different direction that there are equally powerful hope angels. You hope and wish and yearn for everybody to go free, and this wishing has deep, uncanny power. For you have been nourishing for a very long time two counteracting worlds, the one dark and heavy with foreboding, the other swept clean by the magical will to bring the world around right. The one who has made the light go out brings the light back in a seasoned, tempered form. And this renewed light is phosphorescent, glowing in the world's darkness, seeing the way clear, knowing it can be done. Wow. This is from a website called aquaorfire.net, and it's from a channeled work called Insight Degrees. Where this is in your chart is really key as well, which is why the more you know about your cosmic code, so your mind sign, what cycle you're in, what the astrology transits are at the moment, how they work with your particular star codes, the more empowered you will be, and the more that this will help you through times of crisis. If you also incorporate EFT, then you will start to really work on an alchemical level by rewiring your amygdala. And this therapy is completely cutting edge energy therapy that brings in ancient wisdom and new ways of working with your inner child, which is very dynamic and it gets you clear of the old story. So what does the Mayan Wavespell give us? Well, it gives us absolutely the key to our own personal timeline events. This is what the mind-blowing thing about it is. So I am now in my 9th year, my gateway year, of working with myself primarily. And this is so key. and also with clients. So I'm mapping code, I'm mapping my own code. So every time I have one of my personal code days, I know exactly what year this is for me that I'm working with. So when you get seemingly random thoughts, they're not random. They're your unconscious bringing to consciousness things that happened for you around that time of year, for example. And so once you become 52 in the Mayan calendar, you've done 4 13-year cycles. So you have all your prima materia to work with. And so you can map your whole lifetime and then start to work from that consciously awareness space to really know what your ancestral patterning is, what your wounding pattern is, what you came into this timeline and family line for, because what I offer you is, we as planetary servers, this is what we're here for. We come in to fully embody these storylines, these timelines, in order to heal them, to learn from them, and to go into a whole different space. So just checking my notes on that. So what you can actually do then, I mean, this again, it's just goes on and on how you can use this. You can work out what your personal code is for that year, this year. You can work out whenever you're in that, what is the code on the planet, and you can combine them. And then you can very, very specifically work with what are key codes for you. What are key years where you had a life experience as a human being, and what are the things in there that you're here to expand on? What set your heart on fire? What felt amazing? And what needs to be healed? That's the most important thing. What needs to be healed? In terms of the Mayan way, the Toltec way, as a general broader spectrum, this energy at this time is about bringing wisdom to the world for human beings who are ready to do this work. This is about bringing together people who have the same patterns, have the same codes, have the same experiences, and are ready to really work consciously with this and support each other in creating this shift in conscious awareness. So this is about bringing to light new ways of being, letting go of ignorance, letting go of sleepwalking. This is about the conscious dreamers who are ready to be the planetary servers, to work on their own stuff, to own their own stuff, to learn how to be respectful and loving human beings, and to literally change the world by changing themselves. If you'd like to know more information about any of this, please do get in touch with me. If you feel okay to travel and you want to be in a group, I have a group in Avalon for the spring equinox where I will be sharing these codes with people, their own personal codes, and several frameworks to really work with this energy on a powerful level now. So please do get in touch with me. My blog is flowwithjo.com, and you can find all the information out on there. So I encourage you to learn about EFT and just check it out, Google it, to empower yourself, to give yourself a tool to use at this time so you can come into your center emotionally and let go of any fears that you need to let go of now. That's how you can serve the planet and choose healthy ways of being. And big hugs to everyone now, lots of love. We are always held, we are always supported. We came here to do this at this time, and we can do it. Begins with each one of us. Be the change you want to see. Peace begins with me. Lots of love. See you soon.